Hey, it's Bridget. Oh my gosh. I'm in the garage. I have to be in the garage. The house is filled with people in all the places I normally go, which I usually escape out the back deck. You guys love that. I know you love the birds and all the greenery and how gorgeous it looks, but the neighbor, like kitty corner here, is like mowing the lawn with the tractor. So that also leaves out the front yard, which is where I will also kind of nook up and do videos. So I started to walk back in the house and I was like, and I thought, I'm just going to do it in the garage. That's Betty in the background, my psychic minivan. You guys, if you've watched Fairy Grasshopper channel, you know I've talked about Betty, the psychic minivan. I've done lots of vlogs from her when I picked up my kid from school. Speaking of school, today's the last day of school for my elementary kid. Now I officially have a middle schooler or a junior higher. Like back in the day, we called it junior high. Now they call it middle school. Really, though, in the small community that we live in, the middle school and the high school are the same building. It's the same, so it's like grades 6 through 12. So he's not going to go back to the elementary school anymore. It's kind of sad because they did their Zoom meeting thing today, but they didn't have any kind of graduation, no celebration, no party. And usually they do that. They like do the celebration thing and then they walk over to the middle school and they're like, yay, they're here at the middle school. They didn't do that. So that's kind of a bummer. But there are lots of graduates that are experiencing that same kind of thing. So my heart goes out to all the families and all the graduates. I have in our family, my niece actually just graduated from college. Shout out to you, to my niece. Congratulations on your graduation. She got through college in 3 years, communication major. Good for you, smarty pants. And had some really great accolades for her grades and things. So good for you. Very proud of you. My college age kid is at home and working hard this summer so she can go back to college. She's saving her money and so proud of her. She's working really, 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 really hard at a job she absolutely is not crazy about. And so she had to get what she could get, so she's got a job, so she's making money to save for college, which is good. And so my high school boys, they are still finishing up school. They have another week left. But they're doing the big projects and all that. So the house is full. Like the kitchen was set up for some health project that my 10th grader had for like a health class or something. So there was like all sorts of, paper, scissors, glue, all this big poster. So that's where I would like to work too. And so that didn't work out. My husband's in the office because he has work. He's working, working from home, like lots of you guys, I'm sure. So here I am in the garage, yay. Hey, my t-shirt today is helping to inspire me. You guys know I love Disney, which I've actually channeled Walt Disney at Above Life channel if you're interested in that. Go check out Above Life channel, the Walt Disney channel. And this is the alien, but a tie-dye form, from the movie Toy Stories. There's like 4 movies, but Toy Story, my youngest son loves the aliens. So speaking of aliens, they've kind of taken over the little nook in my room that I created to do my channeling sessions. So the big red chair that you've seen with kind of pillows on it, that is in the corner of my bedroom. And that's where I do a lot of sessions and record a lot of stuff. And usually it's pretty quiet in there. But right now, my son's in there and all the aliens are on the chair. So I'm like, okay, he's just finishing up stuff. So I'm like, okay. So I couldn't go in there. But I'm wearing my alien t-shirt today. And I also have my Disney Pandora bracelet on with all my charms on it. Many of them are Disney charms. My sister gave this to me. She started me out with my Pandora bracelet, and then I have a friend of mine that also gave me a beautiful charm too on the back of my bracelet too. So there you go. I'm doing what I can to keep myself positive. Thank you so much for all of your concerns, the comments that you sent to me, the messages on Facebook and Instagram about all of the current events that are going on in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. You know that I'm a Minnesotan, born and raised. And Minneapolis and St. Paul are actually twin cities, just separated by the river. So they're like one big city, metro area. And I am about 35 minutes from St. Paul. So I'm about 35 minutes south of St. Paul. So I'm not in one of the first ring suburbs. So we're pretty far removed from the actual protesting, the riots, the stuff that's going on there, but not emotionally, because it's really affecting everybody. We're listening to the governor. In fact, I just interrupted the governor's live stream to record this because I was just feeling so much. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to vlog a little bit with you guys so you know I'm okay, my family's okay, I appreciate the concerns. Physically, we're okay, but emotionally, it's really a hard hit. It's a real big punch in the gut. It's been very stressful since Monday night, since the violence that occurred. And the death of, I don't even know how to say this or talk about this, because of the abuse of power, the death of a black man, the racist, uncalled for death of a black man in Minneapolis. I don't know how to talk about this, you guys. I am like the whitest white woman there is, and everybody on Facebook seems to be schooling everybody else about cultural diversity and what's appropriate in regards to racism, and how white people just need to shut their mouths and not say anything and stop crying that they're so sad or hurt or in pain. I'm like, what else are we supposed to do? We feel. You can't tell other people how they should feel. So if they're angry, let them be angry. If they are sad, let them be sad. You know, I mean, let people feel the way they're going to feel. You have to. It's like a processing. Everybody has to process the pain, you know, and we're collectively feeling it. And it's a grid, like energy grid. And I'm not that far from where all this, the destruction, the looting, the peaceful protests and the violent stuff's going on, the fires and all that are happening. So it's all mixed up inside. That's how I feel, all mixed up inside. And I always say that feelings are your feelings. They're not to be judged. But it's tricky to be on Facebook today, let me tell you. That's the only, Instagram's been fine, but Facebook, all these people that people that aren't even anywhere near Minneapolis or Minnesota, they're not even Minnesotans. They're like other parts of the world or other parts of other cities, like in California or wherever. They're like, oh, justice for this person, you know. Arrest these people and all this stuff. They're like all up in arms and yelling and screaming and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're not even here. This is our community. Let us heal. Let us take care of our business. I get that it's connected to a systemic issue and about abuse of power everywhere in all sorts of countries all over the place, and all these, you've seen all these people come into power that are totally, clearly Hitler-like in their segregation of people and genocide of people and abusing other people's rights, and there's no constitution anymore, and there's no this, and I can do whatever I want kind of a thing, and these are my rights, and all this stuff, and I'm just going to take what I want, and that's what it is, and until you stop me. And that's kind of the mentality. So of course racism is going to be huge. It's huge. And in a way though, this is creating this change finally. It's like everything's ripped open and out in the open, and there has to be change. There has to be. How can there not be? But then I go, oh, well, like, remember all the school shooting stuff and how now school shootings are part of the norm, and my kids have to be in classrooms and learn about, you know, the Alice procedure and how to protect themselves and against active shooter situation. And that's just okay. No change occurred after that happened. And remember Columbine? Remember Newtown? No big stuff happened after that. No real change, did it? So, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't even know really what to say. I don't have words of comfort. I just know that there's change. That's what the desire is. That's what the call is. That's what the need is. That's what's happening. And I don't know to the depth or how long or how sustainable. It's going to take a very long time, but at least maybe this is an opportunity. And as devastating as it is, and as much of a sacrifice, those business owners that lost their family-owned businesses and stuff from other people in their community, I mean, who are so impacted, who just wanted to peacefully protest, who just wanted their voices to be heard, got all mixed up with all these vigilante people who really just wanted to cause trouble, and it's not fair to clump them all together, you know? It's just, there's so much. It's just so much, you guys. Hits right in the gut. It does. I know one of my kids said it best. He came upstairs and he said, we're supposed to be Minnesota nice. We're supposed to be Minnesota nice. I said, yeah, well, maybe the Minnesota nice has been kind of shoving things under the rug for too long, you know, allowing white male-dominated structures and systems and good old boys networks to continue to exist. I know because in my family, a close member of my family worked in an organization where it was clearly white male dominated, and she was totally treated completely differently and kept down for a long time. And so I mean, the thing that comes to my mind is vote. I mean, I know that seems like, oh, that's such a little thing to say, or it's such an easy thing to say. I'm like, no, it's not. If it was that easy to say and to do for people to actually vote, then we wouldn't have the divisive white male in the office of the presidency. We wouldn't have that. That would not be the case if people actually did vote. It takes effort to do that. And that's how I guess I am going to continue to exercise my rights to create change. I don't know what else I can say. I want to continue to inspire your spirit and to fill you with hope, and I'm going to do that. And in today's vlog, I really just want to say thanks, you guys. It's been so sweet that you've been concerned about me and my family and my state, because I was born and raised here in Minnesota, and the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul mean a lot to me. And people are hurting and are in pain, and we just need time and for the change to occur. I think for this change to, I don't know how to, it's like we're in a state here, a state of change, but before actual good can come from this, it has to be really obvious that people are done. We're tired of it. You know, I want to be really clear too that not all police officers are bad. I am so concerned about the repercussions that could occur toward other random acts toward other police officers. And we have a police officer in the family, and they're not all bad people, just not like not all white people are white supremacists, and not all our Americans are jerks, right? So not all police officers are like that either. The majority are not. Let's just be honest about that, right? Just like most people are good, there's only about 38 to I think 40% of Americans that aren't. So the majority is going to be decent. So you have to really have faith in that, I think. I mean, that's what gets me by. So I hope that I can maybe do some good videos in the next coming days and weeks to keep your spirits inspired, even as all this stuff is coming and affecting you, no matter where you're at in the country, because I know it is, obviously. It seems weird to me, but at the same time I think, oh, well, like when 9/11 happened, I felt affected. When Hurricane Katrina happened, I felt affected, but I wasn't like directly there. And so it's okay if you feel affected. It's totally fine. And your feelings are your feelings, and so take advantage of the fact that you are feeling. Honor your feelings, write about your feelings, share with someone that you trust and that you love. Maybe don't go on Facebook and put it all out there, because if you do, you are gonna open yourself up for criticism and judgment, because it's a public platform. Just know that. And it might cause you to even dial back and feel super vulnerable, like you're wrong, but you're not wrong. Feelings aren't wrong. They're not good or bad. They just are. They just are. They just are. So just remember that, okay? Just remember that. And that when you share yourself vulnerably, you share the feelings vulnerably, do it in a safe environment. And Facebook publicly just maybe isn't that. Like maybe a small group, maybe a best friend that you call, or somebody you can trust to text with. That kind of thing, okay? To process and work through things, you guys. All right, so thanks so much for watching today from my new studio in the garage. Betty, hey Betty, Psychic Minivan. All right, you guys, I hope you have a good day. I'm gonna stay positive and inspired. Thanks for watching Fairy Grasshopper channel. Be sure to subscribe so that you can watch all of my videos, not just these vlogs, but also my card deck readings and channeling sessions that I do only here. And also check out my other YouTube channel, Above Life channel on YouTube, where I channel afterlife celebrities every week for you, very specifically, usually on Mondays. Thanks for watching, you guys.